Hey there, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us here on KXAN Live. I'm Will Dupree. For the past few weeks, we've been revisiting a lot of the superintendents in our area to ask about the start of the new school year. And today, it's Austin Independent School District's turn. A new superintendent is taking the helm at the district. Her name is Dr. Stephanie Elizalde. This morning, our morning anchor, Sally Hernandez, got to sit down with Dr. Elizalde, virtually, of course, over Zoom, and ask her about the virtual start to the school year, since everything is getting underway today. For those of you out there who have children that attend an Austin ISD school, we'd love to hear from you. If you're watching us on Facebook right now, please leave a comment. Tell us about what the experience was like for you and your child, and maybe we'll get to some of those comments here after this conversation airs. Once again, you're about to hear from our morning anchor, Sally Hernandez, interviewing Dr. Stephanie Elizalde, the new superintendent of Austin ISD.
I'm excited to talk to you. Welcome. And please tell me your first and last name and how to pronounce it correctly. That's the first start.
Stephanie Elizalde.
Okay, good. I've been doing that correctly. Are you from the Valley?
I'm from Laredo.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to say Valley.
That's okay, because Laredoans in the Valley, you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm from El Paso, so.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yes. Well, it's so great to talk to you. Happy first day of school.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
You come from Dallas. Anything in Dallas that you are bringing to Austin your first year as the superintendent here?
Well, I think what I'm bringing is just experience on having done some things that maybe didn't always go well and learning from those experiences. And I think the fact that Dallas is such a large system, if nothing else, it prepares me. I know Austin is large at, 80,000 plus, but Dallas is 150,000 plus. So there's parts of me that's like, this is actually a little bit smaller, a little more manageable. So if anything, I think I just bring those experiences and always knowing that every place is unique and every place is different.
Dr. Elizalde, what are your goals for this school year? I mean, I know it's a different kind of school year and what a time to take over, but what are some of your goals that you have in mind?
I think our goals first and foremost have to center around health and safety. No one knew this pandemic, certainly I did not know that this pandemic would be taking such a toll on our community. So I think at the forefront, we have to play the long game, not the short game, which means we really have to put health and safety above all else. And then I think the next one is to really remain student focused, as Austin ISD is known for being student centered. And I think that's the second goal, is that decision making truly be centered around what's best for students. And then I think the final goal is always ensuring that when we're saying we're student focused, that equitable instruction and equitable academics is at the forefront of every decision that we make.
Absolutely. What has been your biggest challenge during this pandemic in making sure that the health and safety is number one on your list?
I think honestly, the biggest challenge has been meeting everyone and making decisions on Zoom. It just seems awkward. I certainly get a little more accustomed to it, but that personalization of an environment that's created when we're physically in the same room is a little lacking. And so I think the challenges are having to make such huge decisions in such a short period of time. Yet I'm very fortunate because I'm relying on the expertise of the leadership team that's here. And that's made it incredibly less daunting by having the talent that we have here in our district.
Right. You mentioned Zoom. We're talking on Zoom. Kids are learning on Zoom. We've heard other stories of kids who have seen inappropriate things on Zoom from people who have hacked in. What have you have done as a district to maybe try to prevent that?
Well, we've certainly done training with regard to best practices and how to make sure you have, if you're choosing to do so, provide instruction from home, ensuring that you have that neutral background and that you're constantly aware of anyone who's in your home so that inadvertently you don't have a little mishap of any sort. And we've also asked that we be equally gracious as we're working with students who are on Zoom, and they're going to have a variety of backgrounds that other students are going to see. But you know, if we have an abundance mentality, we can also learn from some of the exposure that maybe we're learning from other cultures as we get to, you know, peek into some of our children's homes and how their culture has enriched their lives. So I think there is many positives as there are some cautions, but we've also encouraged and trained our teachers with regard to safety and security utilizing Zoom.
I'll let you go in just a few minutes because I know you're going to start the first day of school. The virtual school bell rings at 7:40 this morning. Just a few more questions for you. You mentioned equity. Dr. Estott, the health director here in Austin, has said, you know, he wants all schools to open at the same time, but he wants to make sure that the positive results in COVID-19 cases are down in the Hispanic population as well. You have a lot of students in East Austin. Do you recognize that challenge as well to make sure that all students have the same access to school and that they are all safe?
Absolutely. And I think that's part of why I talked about that this is about the long term, not the short term. I've received a number of communications on both ends. Of course, we have some parents who really think that it's not wise to keep our schools in a virtual setting. Unfortunately, I am going to be driven by the data. Otherwise, some people might think it's fortunate that I'm going to be driven by the data. But I cannot turn a blind eye to the fact that in parts of our community, even though our positivity rate is going down, amongst Latinx, it's 7 to 7.5 times higher, and African Americans are still 1 to 1.5 times higher the positivity rate that we see in our overall community. So I don't want the data to mask what may be happening in individual communities. And I think it's my responsibility to sometimes make some decisions that aren't going to be very popular, but I have to make the ones that I think are in the best interest of everyone, not just one particular group.
Any last words of advice for the first day of school?
Well, I want everybody to smile, enjoy, and think of this as a new frontier and about all the people we'll be talking about years to come of how we opened up a school year in a virtual setting on Zoom that probably nobody ever anticipated.